Very excited today to announce the signing of Damarius Owens and Royce Parham, two phenomenal young men, Marquette guys for sure, that will join our program next spring and officially signed on to be Marquette Golden Eagles. These are guys that, as we like to do in the recruiting process, we've gotten to know really well over the past really more than a year. And developed a relationship with them and their families. These are guys that come from really, really good upbringings, phenomenal parents, terrific support system. They happen to be teammates at Western Reserve Academy, roommates, which is really, really unique and cool. So they'll come in here with a terrific understanding of how to make each other better.
And going through Peach Jam, what kind of growth have you seen from him?
Well, both these guys are getting better and better. And it's a lot of fun to get a chance to see them maybe a couple months from the last time we saw them and see their growth. Damarius is really taking a huge jump. He played 17 and under AAU as a junior and was playing behind some guys that were very good players, didn't get a ton of minutes on a team, but we really, it's one of the things we appreciate about the high school live periods in June. We get a chance to see guys with their high school team, and we fell in love with them at that point. And then his junior season, he just kept getting better and better, and then had a terrific AAU season as well. And then Royce is a guy that I remember the first time I saw him, it was in a back gym in Augusta, not in the main area where the Peach Jam is, but in one of the high school gyms. And he's just a bucket getter. He puts the ball in the basket. He finds ways to score. He's plays with a level of toughness and fight about him that's really, really old school. He can really play away from the basket, but he also can mix it up around the basket. So these are two guys that we're incredibly excited about, again, because they're Marquette guys. They're guys that fit in with who we want to be, our culture. They value relationships. They put incredible time and energy and effort into growth, and they care about winning. They're winning guys. They value winning. They're mad when they don't win. They're really, really excited when they do, and that's what we're trying to create here. It's a lot easier to be that and create that when you have guys that come in that way.
But Royce, he seems to have the passing vision too. Like Oso is such a unique guy; it's hard to compare anyone to him. But does he have a little bit of that?
He does, yeah. And
trigger man position.
He's a guy that will be able to play both the trigger spot and what we call our perimeter positions, which is all the other spots, kind of along the lines of Ben. Different game than Ben, but he's got versatility where he can play out on the floor, but he also can be the one handling the ball, triggering actions, flashing and getting catches. He's a good passer. He's developing into a really good shooter. Even since he's been at Western Reserve, he's shooting the ball better and better. So these are two guys that, they're going to have to go through the freshman adjustment like everyone else, but we feel like they're going to be terrific players here.
With the relationships you've built with these two, how do you see them fitting into the culture here when they come to Marquette?
I think they'll fit in great with the culture here. Again, they value relationships. First and foremost, they're roommates, so they work hard every day to make each other better. They balance each other out in certain ways. They really value getting better, growth. They care about our guys already, and I think they really value Marquette and what we have. They've both been to home games here. That's always meaningful because when people have been able to experience our crowd and our students our way on the court in Fiserv, that kind of lets them know what they're getting themselves into, and they're excited about that.
Shaka, every recruiting journey is different, but since you've been here, have you noticed that the buy-in is easier, the sales pitch is easier because of what you've established, what you've done, or how does that whole thing work?
Well, I think recruiting's never easy, and you never want to lose the humility that goes into knowing that you don't have all the answers in recruiting, and knowing that even if you feel really, really good about someone, that doesn't guarantee they're going to have a great career, or if you feel like for whatever reason someone's not good enough, that they won't have a great career somewhere else. I mean, there's countless examples of that across the board. I think for us, what has improved is our dedication and our understanding to what works here at Marquette, more so than maybe a couple years ago when we first got here. We had an inkling, we had a sense, but now we've been through it. We've been, around the sun a couple times. We've been through the Big East a couple times. We've seen what's required to be highly successful in this league and at this level. And we know what a Marquette guy looks like. Jay Crowder, famously defined that for us a few years back, and we have that downstairs in our facility. It's something we look at every single day. We want to recruit Marquette guys. Not everybody fits into that. Not everybody has that level of dedication to what it takes to be successful here, and that's okay. We'll play against those guys.
Once you get guys committed and signed, how do you like to keep them involved with the program? Like, what kind of stuff are you sending them every week?
We're sending them. I send those two guys videos every couple days of things that we're doing, defensively, offensively, culturally. And now that they're signed, we will start officially our signee indoctrination program, which is our way of, on a weekly basis, a different assistant coach takes it, and we are teaching our incoming guys how we are and how we do things. And that's culturally first and foremost, that's defensively, and that's offensively. So for example, Neil Barry in a given week might send defensive clips to Royce and Damarius of how we defend a pick and roll, and just show them, like, this is our guys defending a pick and roll during the game.
Rosters are so transient nowadays at college basketball. How do you know, like, how many guys you want to sign in a different period?
It's different in different years. You try to project. Like you said, you never know for sure. There's no crystal ball. On paper, we have 2 seniors, and then we have an open scholarship. So, this is a class that we looked at being, maybe 2, maybe 3. We're still recruiting. We're not done. But then you don't know in the spring what's going to happen. But as you know, our way is to recruit high school guys. Our way is to do a good job developing our guys and helping them have a great experience here so that they want to come back to Marquette, unless it's time, like Omax, to go to the NBA. And in that case, we're 1,000% behind them. But we don't think it makes much sense to recruit a high school guy and then put anything less into him than our absolute best and not dedicate attention to bringing someone in over on top of him that maybe is older and has played somewhere else. But again, that's our way.